Oh. Sunday morning.
I hit the list, dude.
It's all I'll ever be.
Rocking them Duke house. This is what it hits right here. I love this part, man.
Now 2 flags fly above my land and really sum up how I feel. One is the colors that fly high and proud, the red, the white, the blue. The other one's got a rattlesnake with a simple statement made. Don't tread on me is what it says, and I'll take that to my grave.
Yeah. That gave me goosebumps, bro. That's
Love it, dude.
fucking dope. Aaron,
What's up?
hey.
What's up? Good morning.
Morning, man.
Oh, thank you. That's a good morning, man.
All right. We gotta start the show. Sit down.
What's up? We only had 2 commenters last week for last week's show. That was the Devil's Son Danny and Shez Freeman. Thank you guys for commenting. And you hit that like and subscribe, and we'll like and subscribe back. So.
Yeah, absolutely. Interaction. It'll help us.
Man.
Topics, etc.
What do we got, DG?
Full of DDs, man.
Oh man,
Valley Springs breakfast
again. Yeah,
that shit's always killer, dude.
Love
I know
it,
we talk about it every time, but they deserve shout out, dude. I love those old country, small town restaurants like that, man.
They're the best, dude.
You
There used to be one off of 50 towards Tahoe. It was like a railroad truck or railroad train. You ever stop at that one? Like,
Nah.
It's called like Reds or something like that, but it's off. I want to say like past Pollock Pines or something.
Oh, okay.
But they got an old retired railroad car
Yeah.
that they turned into a fucking.
You know which one I like hitting on the way taking 88, Kirkwood Inn.
Oh yeah.
They're fucking Bloody Marys, dude. I didn't even need breakfast after those.
What's that other place? Ham Station.
Ham and Cook Station. We
Yeah.
stopped there on the way back from
that was
from
cool,
Flo's, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been there a couple times since because I was like, man, it's
You're
pretty
like,
good
just
food.
take a trip up there.
Yeah.
I love little small places like that. Yeah.
Well, I heard some guy say this the other day too. Like, why don't they go ahead and close Walmart and close Home Depot and close all these big box stores for 6 months and let the mom and pop stores take over for 6 months?
Yeah, let them catch back up.
Yeah.
Or let them, let them thrive a little bit.
Because I don't understand. I've never understood that. Why is it okay for a big box like Home Depot or Walmart? We're gonna have 500 people there, right? Compared to a fucking little store down the road.
You're just getting right back into that, right
man.
on. No, I get it. It's frustrating. I get it, man. I feel the same fucking way, But
and it's because, well, you seen it. I sent out a thing the other day. I was at DD's eating breakfast with my granddaughter.
Yeah.
And it was full. There was probably like 30 people in there, which is full for that place.
For that place, it's packed. Yeah.
It's pretty a lot of people. And this one guy comes in. He's got a mask on, and he's got a backpack.
Send that out.
He's doing all that kind of stuff, and he's kind of looking around like, "Why aren't you guys wearing masks?" And then he asked the waitress that, and she's like, "Well, I own the place, and it's just kind of the way we do things around here. If you're really upset with it, I'll ask people to put their mask on." He's like, "No," and he left.
Yeah, that's what I would have told him to do, though. If you're upset with it, then you're welcome to eat somewhere else.
Yeah, but he just left on his own instead of making a big scene or whatever. He
That's
just
good.
fucking left.
Yeah, at least he checked himself.
I don't know how people are that afraid or that scared, man. That they're fucking.
Well,
It's
depends on
life.
depends on what they're watching at home, right?
It is. Like,
You know what I mean?
Like that Chinese lady I was telling you about. She said, she grew up in China, and they knew a long time ago to stop watching the CCP program and their shows because it was all propaganda.
Yeah, it's brainwashing.
And she's like, I don't know why you Americans haven't figured that out yet.
Well, some of us have.
Yeah, but I mean, not the majority.
I'll be honest with you, and until I got older,
yeah,
like I'm talking like the last 10 years ago, 10, 11 years ago, if you'd have asked me, so do you know what news base is affiliated with what party? I'm like, what are you talking about?
Yeah,
I wouldn't have known, because in the mess halls and stuff, when I was in the military, the only thing that was on TV was CNN.
CNN, and I told you that, like I said, man, I'd be at the doctor's office or at the airport. CNN's on, right?
Yeah.
And under the Obama administration, even under the Bush administration, I would watch CNN and I considered it news. Like, it was news. It was news breaking. Like, they're just giving me, like what's going on.
Yeah.
But when the Trump came in, it changed the whole dynamic of CNN. Like, they stopped reporting the news, like plane crashes and shit, and now they're talking about fucking Trump and what he did bad and what's going on. And that's when I started to open my eyes a little bit. And even with Fox, like I told you, Fox, they work for the same people CNN does, man.
Right. Okay. So I had this conversation with my boss. We were out delivering oil out to the Delta area, right? Out there on 220.
Yeah.
Just, agriculture, the people that fucking provide you food, the grocery stores don't grow that shit on the roof. But we're out there delivering oil and we're having a conversation and he goes, Walter Cronkite, he goes, and he's younger than me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think he's in his 30s, late 30s. And he was like, Walter Cronkite once said that it's not our job to push, he's a journalist, whatever, news reporter. It's not our job to push an opinion to you. It's our job to report the news, the facts to you, and let you generate your own opinion on the subject. That's dead now.
That changed a long time ago, man.
That is dead now.
Even,
and that's a huge
remember
problem.
Peter Jennings? That guy was like, he was the guy at 6 o'clock. You watch the news, Peter Jennings, World News Tonight or whatever.
I remember the name, yeah.
But this cat said that he was in a helicopter that took fire, and a bunch of shit. That these people are used to lying. They're not used to other people having the
fact-checking them.
Having video.
Yeah, fact-checking them.
Yeah.
Well, wasn't it one of the other pilots that was like, dude, he was in the last helicopter that didn't get shot at or some shit like that. Yeah.
Yeah. And same thing with Clinton when she's talking about taking fire going into Bosnia and shit. Yeah. And then they actually show her landing and there's a red carpet and there's people waiting with water bottles and shit like that.
Right.
So your story doesn't check out.
No.
That's the thing, too. I've always thought about Trump. If he did fuck up and do some bad shit, it would have been out there.
Real quick.
If he was fucking around with Epstein or on Epstein Island or any of that shit would have been out there.
I just heard some new shit recently on that.
Dude.
But it's like, okay, produce it. Don't just throw it out there, because here's a problem with people. They hear something, they go, and they take it for fact. They don't wait to see everything wash out and iron out and everything like that.
Who's my boy Acosta for CNN?
Yeah.
Acosta.
Bob Acosta? Or
what's his name? Jim Acosta.
Oh, the guy that was always he's at the White House briefings and all that shit.
So he's at CPAC yesterday, and he got lit up, dude. Yeah, all the fans, reporters, CNN sucks, fake news, that whole shit, man. Yeah. But one guy's asking him, like, hey, you said you had all this information on Trump where he was dealing with the Russians, and where's the proof?
Yeah.
You said you had it. Where is it?
Yeah, he should be in prison.
Yeah, how come he's not in prison, Jim? How come? What happened there? Like.
Yeah.
And dude is just getting paid to do what he does.
The reason they keep doing stuff like that, and even, they're all guilty of it. Fox, they're all guilty of it, right? The reason they keep doing it is because it has an effect on people just hearing it.
Yeah.
Because people are naive enough to go, and look at a video on their fucking phone or whatever and take it for reality,
I've done it too, man, where I see some story I like and it fits my narrative, so I want to fucking put it out there.
So you want it to be true?
Yeah, but then I look and I see the source and I'm like, oh, well, this is bullshit.
Yeah.
It's a fucking far-right Nazi conspiracy site that pushed it out there.
Yeah.
And I want it to be true, but it's not.
He said a Nazi, far-right Nazi. You're crazy.
Dude, I went antique around up here looking for shit.
Yeah.
There's a shop down here, dude. They got a shitload of Nazi stuff, man.
Really?
Dude, expensive as fuck, too.
Oh, so it's actual, like...
Yeah, like...
Well, there's a huge market for collecting that shit.
Yeah. That's
doesn't mean you follow it or, like...
No, I mean...
but it's like...
No,
you're so stupid. You're crazy, dude. You're crazy.
But, I like the Star Wars shit and all that, and he had a bunch of Star Wars shit in there, too.
Hey, you think if they would have let Hitler into art school, World War II would have never happened?
Probably, dude.
It was my boss who told me that shit, too. He was like... I started laughing. I go, hey, that's a good point.
Dude, I seen a thing on, what are they called? It's symbolism. Like the Nazi symbol is actually a peace sign.
Well, it used to be. You could look at it in our old military symbols.
Yeah.
And it's in there.
Yeah.
And it has nothing to do with
No,
being a
it's
Nazi
like
or a social,
no, they
whatever
just
they call it.
it was for peace and love. I have a god. One of the gods I have in there has it on his palm,
Yeah, yeah.
and it's the elephant god. And
Yeah, they just hijacked it. They hijacked it.
just like the gays did the rainbow flag.
Exactly, right? Because what was the rainbow?
It was equality, everybody, dude.
No.
What?
And biblically, the rainbow.
Oh, the promise that he wouldn't flood the earth again.
To Noah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's when the rainbow was a message from God to him that he would never do it again.
And if you see now, the Nazis have hijacked the rainbow. The Nazi
Really?
Party, yes. Their new shit has the rainbow with the fucking Swazi on it and shit.
That's so stupid.
Dude, they're just like, fuck it. You want to do that? We'll do it.
Yeah, we can hijack all kinds of shit.
But the symbolism, man, it's crazy. I was watching that show on it. There were 32 symbols that go, they transcend race, religion, color, education, all that kind of. These symbols have been around since like the caveman days, dude.
Okay, and what?
And they're like, it's a symbol like, three lines like this is water.
Oh, I get like hieroglyphic
Like
type stuff
yes.
that we would all be able to recognize as, oh, that's what that means.
Like
Okay.
fire, same kind of,
Okay.
that kind of shit, man. And it's they're building blocks for every language.
The Baghdad battery.
Oh fuck!
I'm
Dude.
just, I don't know. I'm
No,
pulling
dude,
this off somewhere else.
that's some real shit though,
Yeah, I
man.
know.
And I seen the same one. They found this fucking Swiss watch, a little tiny watch on a fucking
On a corpse or a
corpse,
mummy or
yeah.
something?
And it was, you're talking.
Was it still ticking?
It says Swiss on the back of it.
Shut up.
Dude. I'm not teasing. That's the real shit, dude. Check that shit out. That's
I've never seen that.
dude. It's a tiny ass watch, like
I have seen.
a Cabbage Patch Kid or something. It's that small, like.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then they have the computer, the one with the gears and all that kind of shit that they pulled out of the Indian Ocean.
Yeah, they still don't really know how it exactly worked and stuff, but they dated it. It's hard to date stuff that's been underwater.
Yeah.
But they dated it so far back that it'd be like, for someone to be able to make something that precise, they have no idea how they did it. Yeah.
Or there's that one hammer they found in the rock.
And it's in the rock.
It is like billion years old, dude.
Yes, and then they tested the metal. I just watched that yesterday. Well, I go back and watch some of these old things, and it was, and they weren't trying to like tell you this is fact or nothing. They were just they brought up 10 things that have been found that they can't explain.
Yeah,
and it was encased in rock that formed 500 billion years ago, and it was a hammerhead. And the wood had already started to turn to coal.
petrify, yeah.
Yeah, it started to turn to coal. It was past petrified, And they tested the metal, and it was a smelting process that they didn't believe existed because they gave the percentages of this and that and this and that,
like
and that's why it didn't just rust. That's why it didn't just rust to nothing. And it's a smelting process that is so far, like we thought it didn't exist until like 800 years ago. And they've been able to date this back a billion. So there's been lost technologies, I think.
No doubt, man. Well, getting into Tesla, like this, that's the third book I've read on Tesla now. This motherfucker had Wi-Fi power.
Oh, Nikola Tesla.
Yeah. Wi-Fi. Wireless power.
Yes. Yeah. You could send electricity and just pull it out of the environment.
It's around you, and
Yeah.
you just have something that collects it, and boom, use it.
You could pull it out of the environment.
Our history is. It's not the real history, man. I honestly believe that. Like, we're being taught what they want us to learn.
I don't know if it's that or that we... It's the arrogance of scientists, right? And their block in their mind is that we're so much smarter than anybody has ever been.
Yeah.
Then there's no way this happened this long ago. There's no way this happened that long ago. There's another explanation. I believe there's... man has found technology or started in a path, and then something catastrophic happened. It's been lost to time. Look at languages. Languages die. Why wouldn't technology?
Well, they show in the Mahabharata 2, and they're telling the epic of Gilgamesh. They had these flying Tartas. They're like
Vimanas. They call them Vimanas.
Yeah,
I know what you're talking about.
And they talk about where the battle happened and shit, and it was a battle in the sky and shit, man. And then they talk about these, like lightning, which is probably lasers or something, but lightning coming down from these crafts.
Yep.
And then you go out in the desert where this battle took place, and you have glass.
Yeah.
The sand has turned to glass, dude, and they're saying the only way that's happened is with the fucking nuclear reaction.
That or the only other thing that causes that has the intensity or the high enough heat and voltage is actual natural lightning hitting
Lightning
the ground.
hitting it, yeah.
Yeah.
But the one I seen the guy pull up, it was like a
It's weird how he does it too.
like a serving tray though. I mean, it's that big and it's fucking thick, dude.
Yeah.
Like that piece of glass probably weighed like 40 pounds.
And it's weird because it's got little tentacles that come off of it, like electricity would do. Like, you know. Yeah.
And so we obviously had that kind of technology way back then, dude. But we don't get taught that.
No, because they can't prove it one way or another, so they'd rather just not talk about it. Stupid.
Well, that's why I've always lent on science and math. To me, math is the best. My favorite thing is math because you're either right or wrong. There's no maybe answer. It's a right answer or a wrong answer.
Yeah.
And now science is becoming that way, dude. Like when Bob Lazar said he was working with element 115, right?
Yeah.
They're like, fucking, what the fuck are you talking about? Element 115. And then there's like 2 years ago, Swedish scientists fucking made element 115. They can only get it to stabilize for like 3 seconds or something like that.
Right.
But
was that done with like the Hadron Collider or some shit? I forget.
I know that one.
I'm just a fucking idiot on it.
Yeah, but that one, they were pulling dark mass out of other dimensions. They've actually pulled shit from other dimensions with the Hadron Collider. You know what I'm saying?
You know what, dude?
It's in the Spider-Man.
We need to.
Oh yeah, it's in the Spider-Man cartoon though. That new Spider-Man cartoon.
I haven't seen that.
Yeah, they deal with the Hadron Collider, and they have like 5 dimensions of Spider-Man that come into this dimension.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's kind of cool, but I think that's the way they kind of release the truth through us is in film, movies, and stuff like that. They just give you little pieces of it, so your brain gets thinking like, oh, okay.
Yeah, you kind of get exposed to it. I've always wondered if the human imagination is able to project what we may be able to figure out to happen, and that's how that happens in movies.
Dude, yeah, look at Star Trek. Look at a lot of shit in Star Trek that's coming up. Or there was a movie, Prometheus. I don't know if you've seen that one.
I've seen it.
In Prometheus, they have a medical bed in there, right?
Yeah.
Where you climb up in there, and it performs any operation you want.
Yeah.
I've heard about these medical beds and this technology since the 80s, dude.
Yeah, well, it diagnoses you too, you know what I mean? And they have that now, right? But it's still imaging. You have to look at it, right? It's a... huge magnets. What's that called? I had to have it on my knee and shit.
MRI.
Yeah.
Rick Barry was talking about. I used to listen to his show, KMBR or whatever, Rick Barry show. Mm-hmm. He was talking. This was years ago, man. He went someplace in Stanford where he like walked through like it looked like a old school telephone booth.
Yeah.
And it's got a living, breathing image. It's a X-ray of all his veins, all his shit, blood moving through his body and shit, dude.
That's fucking nuts.
Fucking, this is a few years ago, man.
Right.
But they found something that he had,
like a blocked artery or some partially blocked.
And they're like, hey, yeah, we'll take care of this. And he's like, oh, right on, you know.
Fucking nuts, huh?
But if you got money, man, there's another world available to you if you have money, dude.
Stem cell, shit like that.
Fuck, look at Rogan's all over that, getting that shit, dude.
Dude, he swears by it.
If I could, I would I'd look just like 20 G's, dude.
Yeah.
And you need like 4 treatments.
That and the shit that they have here is so regulated that, you know, and this is coming from like experts from his show and stuff that I listen to. That's so regulated here, you're not getting the good stuff here.
Yeah.
Because they won't allow it to happen here yet. Like one of the biggest ones I've heard is in Panama. It's an American-based thing, but they had to do it in Panama because it's not approved to be done here.
Yeah.
And it's a lot less money. It was like 10 grand. But
I had a buddy Filipino buddy of mine that went to Mexico to get his teeth done.
That's not the first I've heard of that.
Dude, and his shit looks legit.
Yeah.
I mean...
Yeah, and a fucking...
$3,000 here, or $3,000 in Mexico, and it was fucking like 20 G's here.
Yeah, fucking ridiculous, man.
I mean, they just fuck you the way they go. Another one was that, oh man, I hate that guy too. He did Fahrenheit 9/11.
Oh,
Michael Moore.
Michael Moore, yeah.
Where he does the...
that guy looks like a fucking troll. I mean, you know.
I don't know, he's just, I don't know. His book was shit too. But, this fucking guy takes all the the firefighters. What are they called? They're on call, but they're like
Reserve.
yeah, like reserve firefighters.
Yeah, the volunteer
firefighters. Yeah, that went to 9/11, and all four of them had shit wrong with them, man. Lung shit, you know.
Yeah, look at all the shit that was
breathing all that shit. So this one chick, she's got a inhaler, and I think she lived in Detroit, and her inhalers were like $120.
An inhaler?
An inhaler, and she used one like every other day. She threw an inhaler to help with her shit. Well, he takes them down to Cuba, and we hear all this fucking rusty knife fucking surgery shit that they have in Cuba, right? But they go there, and this Cuban hospital is fucking state of the art.
It's legit, yeah.
The Cuban doctors take all their shit and give them different prescriptions and stuff. Hey, try this and that.
Yeah.
And the inhalers that she got from the Cuban doctors were like 50 cents.
It's fucking crazy.
Same fucking inhaler.
Yeah.
50 cents in Cuba, but it's $120 in America.
Yeah, that's one of the downfalls of capitalism, man.
Well, yeah, look at what's happening now with diabetes. These guys that are needing their insulin and shit, right?
Yeah.
Dude, it's all over the place. I mean, if you don't know somebody or somebody in your family that has insulin, you know that the prices have fucking gone from like $60 to $600. It's fucking insane, dude.
Damn.
You're making a minimum wage job, barely making shit meat, right?
Yeah.
A $60 prescription, that's still kind of pricey for something every month, dude. Yeah. And now you're telling this guy that he's going to have to pay $600?
Yeah. And then people start throwing it, well, we need medical for all. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Man.
How about we regulate big pharma like Bad Orange Man was already doing?
Well, here's another one, dude. Like, you can't sue fucking pharmaceutical companies for shit that they give you that's bad?
Yeah, you can.
None of this vaccine shot, you can't sue none of them.
Oh, I didn't know about the vaccine stuff.
Yeah, man, because you got nurses, you got the first people that are taking the shot having strokes, having fucking, shit happen to them.
Yeah, who was that? The one guy was he was an actual doctor himself, wasn't he?
Yeah.
They snuffed that story out.
Yep.
He fucking died within 24 hours of taking it or something.
You can look it up, man. There's a shitload of them. If you look it up, Larry King was one.
Really?
Hank Aaron's another.
Do you think that was due to the vaccine?
Dude,
or I don't know.
So this is what happened. Like within a day or two of getting their vaccine, they fucking die. You think that's just coincidence, man? I mean,
no, I
don't think so either, bro.
I'm so fucking like.
And then this made me laugh when they gave fucking Como a fucking Emmy. They gave him an Emmy award, right, for his handling of the COVID virus and shit. And now it's coming out that this motherfucker was basically snuffing old people by putting them in homes in a tight area together.
He made a shitty decision and sent them, knowing they were COVID positive, sent them back to the rest homes, forced them to be put back in there with other elderly people that were not COVID positive, and now it's blown up in his face, and they were trying to cover it up. It was a shitty decision. I don't know. I don't think it was like purpose. Like, oh, we want all these old people to die. I don't believe that, but I believe he's a fucking moron.
Yeah.
And then now he's got a girl that's saying this guy was forced him kiss me without my permission.
Yeah, slipped his finger in her panties and
shit like that. Yeah, crazy shit, dude. And this guy was the big proponent of talking shit on everybody else for what they were doing. You know, on his fucking high horse, and now. Guess what? They're coming for him.
That's what I love about karma, man. It's gonna find you. One way or another, karma's gonna find you, dude.
Yeah, I've had a lot of karma in my life.
You can fuck around and you might be able to get the devil to show up, right? But God don't play that game. God ain't playing that kind of game with you. Like, oh, prove to me you're here, God. That kind of shit.
He's like, nah.
But karma will fucking step up and be like, what's up, bitch?
Yeah. Your turn. Yeah.
That's why I try to, I try to stay on the good side of things most of the time, man.
Yeah. As I've gotten older, I've tried to be that way. Because I wasn't when I was younger.
Well, you want to get, what are we on at? Oh, we're a half hour in, dude. Let's get into a topic, huh?
Let's get into, you want to get into something funny or something serious?
I'm down, man, whatever.
So here's a funny story that just happened, right? So, and this is in Tennessee, and this guy was a successful businessman, millions of dollars, right, in his estate.
His estate, yeah.
And he was 80-something years old, right, and he was dying, and he had a will and everything like that, like most responsible people would that have that kind of money. And there was his whole family, waiting for. He passed already, waiting for the will to be read, and you know, the grandkids and the
What am
and
I
the
getting?
siblings. Yeah, like, I wonder what he left me. I wonder what Grandpa left me. Blah blah blah. He left $5 million to his 5-year-old collie dog.
His dog, yeah.
He left $5 million to his dog. And I don't. That wasn't his whole estate.
Yeah.
But it was a large majority
Yeah,
of
a
it.
chunk of it, yeah.
He left it to his dog, who was in the care of an 80-year-old woman who was just a friend of his. So she's the executor of that,
Of the will, yeah.
and that dog is worth $5 million and lives with her. So can you imagine the face on the family? It was like, what the fuck?
I don't know what type of family structure they had or anything,
Yeah,
that
me
type
either.
of thing like that. But you know, you need to love your family regardless. You know, I mean,
not for what
I
they
told
can
him
give
I had this talk with my dad because when my grandpa passed, my dad had resentment that he didn't go see my grandpa more, right? So you have a chance while you're alive to do that shit now.
So he had regret, you mean? That
Yeah,
he didn't go
regret,
see
yeah.
him more?
Yeah, like he resented. He had something in himself where he felt guilty about not
Yeah.
going to see him.
Right.
So maybe this guy, his kids or his grandkids didn't pay attention to him or do nothing
Could
for
be.
him. You know what I'm saying? Like,
You know
out
that-
of sight, out of mind.
You know what that old lady's thinking though, right?
Yeah, she hopes she outlives the dog.
I gotta outlive this fucking dog, dude. Because that shit, so I can get that shit. But honestly, if you're the executor, you have access to that money.
I believe so. Yeah.
And there's no laws of when a dog turns into an adult or nothing, right?
No.
That's fucking nuts.
You remember the movie Rain Man?
It's been a long time since I watched
Well,
it. But
they did that to Tom Cruise. They left the money to Dustin Hoffman, who was autistic or whatever. The dad left all the money to his disabled son.
oh, okay. See, I don't remember.
Yeah, that's why Tom Cruise was like, well, fuck it, I'm gonna take my brother, and I'll be able to get the money. But it wasn't like that, and the whole thing about it was, the guy that was autistic or whatever, he didn't give a fuck about money,
No, that's not where his mind's at. Yeah.
and that's why he snuffed his son, who was all into money and cars and all that kind of shit. He snuffed him out by saying, hey, you should have spent more time with me, man.
Right. That's why he fucking kicked him to the curb. Yeah. Yeah.
I see it the same. I ain't gonna have no fortune or amass a fortune or anything like that, but
Nope.
I just told my kids, like, hey, you want something? Like, Kayla called that coffee table in there, right?
Yeah.
That's her. She called it.
Oh, I see what
When
you're
I die,
saying.
yeah,
yeah.
she
She's
can
like,
have it.
I want that.
And KJ's like, why don't she call the coffee table? I was like, yeah, so just call it. And it's yours, bud. And he's like, well, I want the Escalade. I said, there you go.
By the time he gets it, it's gonna be 4x4 out, fucking dents from the hillside and shit.
Dude, it's a work truck now. You know?
I couldn't believe that when I pulled up to the fucking restaurant this morning, and I was like, damn, this guy went fucking mud bogging in his fucking Cadillac, in his fucking Escalade.
I love it, man.
You're crazy, dude.
It's just it's a Chevy with badging. That's all it is.
Oh, yeah,
dude.
it's a Tahoe chassis. Yeah.
It's just a fucking badging.
Yeah.
I don't know. I got a story too, dude.
All right.
This happened January 19th, last month. Didn't have much play in the fucking media.
Uh-huh.
I remember seeing it once, and it was on Newsmax when I saw it. Because I watch all the alternative shit, the Right Side, OAN, CNN, MSNBC.
Your search engines,
Al Jazeera.
DuckDuckGo.
Yeah, Al Jazeera is legit, dude. I love that shit because they cuss sometimes on that.
Oh, do they?
I'm like, it just shit happens, and they go with it.
Yeah.
Sky News Network's another one, but this story came up where it's a Black Lives Matter couple that had won a cooking show, Worst Cooks in America.
Was it a reality show or
It's like
something?
a reality show or something, yeah. So they
They
had
were
some type of notoriety or some type of 15 minutes of fame previously to adopting this 3-year-old daughter. They adopted a 3-year-old white girl, and they got arrested, man, because they fucking killed her. They killed the 3-year-old kid, man. They tortured and abused her and killed her.
Whoa.
Dude, and it's
thought-
out there for you to check out. I mean, the guy's name is Jerry and his wife is Ariel Robinson. And they fucking adopted and killed the 3-year-old white girl.
Now, did they motivate? Did they put out there like this is why, or they just evil fucking people? Obviously,
I think they just did it out of being evil, man.
now was it okay? I mean, that just threw a million questions in my
Yeah,
head.
'cause,
But
I mean, if you want to research the story deeper, like I said, it took me a while to find it, even with DuckDuckGo. And the way I looked it up was the only way it came up on my search is when I put BLM couple kills daughter.
Oh, wow.
And then it came up, and it happened January 19th. It was like a month ago. If that had been a white couple that adopted a black daughter and killed her, shit would be burned down all over the fucking place, dude.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't fit the narrative, it's not blown up, and then again, you don't have the reaction from people.
Yeah, well, they don't want the reaction to be that in that way. Yeah. God, that's sick, man.
Man, it's
Sick fucking people.
that's the worst kind of evil to me, is for kids, to do shit to kids, man. Because
Violence against children, yeah.
I remember saying because I moved around quite a bit, but I remember saying, I'm not poor. My parents are poor.
Yeah.
But don't say that I'm poor.
Right.
That's this. I'm responsible for myself as an adult, and I made myself who I am now because of me being an adult. But when you're a kid, you don't have a choice.
No, you don't. No.
So you can't blame the kids for that kind of shit.
Well, here's another thing with society. Now they want to steer everything towards. Well, they want to judge everybody on things they have no control over. I didn't have any control over what race, how I was born.
Yep.
I didn't have any control over that. So you can't put up a wall to me because you look white and your head's bald.
Yeah. Or here's another one I
Like,
see.
motherfucker.
When I do see people on the news or they're getting interviewed and stuff, these BML people, right? It's usually a white liberal that's talking, right?
Oh, you're talking about BLM?
Yeah, and they're talking about white people being racist and this. And I'm like, you are white.
Yeah.
What are you doing? You are white. I mean,
They're kind of like that guy that is a feminist because he thinks it's gonna get him
laid.
Right?
Yeah.
Right. So they think they're gonna be like, the movement's not gonna come for them because look, I'm part of the fucking team.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're so scared of being called out on something or being accused of something they're not, that they're gonna jump the whole. Does that make sense? They're gonna jump the whole other way.
This is what makes total sense to me, man, is because people are a lot more likely to hear something or be told something by somebody else, and then that's their truth. That's their cause now. Without doing any history, without doing any homework on the situation, they picked up this cause for morality or rights or whatever without researching what they're really fucking doing.
Right.
It took me like 3 seconds, really like 3 seconds, to see that quote on Malcolm X saying that the white liberal is the worst enemy of the black man. Malcolm X said that, dude, in one of his speeches, right?
Okay.
And if you think about it, it is, man. It's not black people out there doing this Black Lives Matter thing that are fucking shit up. It's the fucking white guys in their fucking black suits and their fucking little backpacks and their beanies.
Hijacking their fucking cause.
Yeah, they're the ones fucking that shit up, man.
Yeah, I've seen some videos where some guys snatch those motherfuckers up and they was like, hey, this ain't what we're out here to fucking be doing. Yeah.
Yeah, I seen there was one in Sacramento.
Yeah, he started ripping the plywood off and was trying to break the window, and he fucking got two big ass motherfuckers said, come here, motherfucker.
Yep.
Snatched
We're
him
not
out.
here for that. That's right.
Yeah.
It's funny, too, to see that Antifa is now against Biden.
That shit's hilarious.
I love it because they just fucking rolled it. Fuck Trump. Nope. Switch it up. Fuck Biden. Fuck Biden. And it should bring light to the other side, to the left, and say, hey, this is what we were dealing with.
Yeah.
And you were saying that it's our fault.
Right.
Well, now they're doing it to you. So is it your fault now?
Yeah. Oh, of course not. Of course not.
Man.
Yeah.
I just want some resemblance of law and order, man. It super pisses me off when I go to fucking Stockton, Highway 4 over to I-5 from 99.
Crosstown? Yeah, the crosstown.
To see the litany of fucking tents, cardboard, pallets, whatever they use to basically build a house.
Yeah, they're homeless fucking shelters or whatever. Homeless
man.
encampments.
And once you get over the crosstown and you look down where the tracks are headed west, there's 1,500, 2,000 fucking tents out there, bro.
Yep.
Polluting the waterway.
Yeah, oh yeah.
I mean, they talk about like 2-stroke engines or motors and shit like this polluting the fucking... Dude,
right.
Go look at what's in that fucking water right there, dude.
Yeah.
I don't know. Not doing nothing is not a cure for it.
Right. We were just talking about this last week. we were talking about old places we used to go swimming and shit, right? Because we
Yeah.
were coming back through the Delta. We were riding, right?
Fuck
and,
yeah.
You know that bridge you come in Twin Cities on the other side of I-5?
Yep, the
On
double-
the west
yep.
side of I-5, and we used to jump off that.
Yeah.
You know, Flory jumped off it naked.
Flory naked,
but,
yeah.
So, shout out to Flory. So we were coming back across that. I was like, hey, man, we used to jump off this right here. I didn't bring up the Flory naked thing.
Yeah.
But, I did now. But we were coming across that, and then the guy I was riding with, fucking grew up in Lodi, so they used to walk the train trestle.
Oh, yeah.
That goes over to the McCallum.
Hell yeah.
And jump from there. But he goes, man, now it's there's so many homeless there and stuff, and fucking needles and all this shit that they're putting in the water or whatever and shit like that. He goes, I would not even.
Let me get you this on this one, man. Just littering alone, right?
Yeah,
Why can't you pick them up for fucking littering?
you could.
You see what I'm saying?
If you were going to enforce a law. I was wondering where you were going to go with that as far as the law.
Listen, there's just so many things they're breaking the law on, and
They don't
this
wanna
gets
enforce
to
it.
me even more because I've been looking at PG&E yards to go to for different yards for jobs and stuff.
Yeah.
And some of them, like down in Stockton, they got fucking homeless right on the outside of the fucking PG&E gates and shit, man.
Oh,
These guys are sitting there pissing and shitting through the fence on equipment.
really?
Yeah, they gotta move all their fucking equipment away from the fence, like 8 feet now. It's fucking insane, man. Like,
So what do you do with those people, though? I mean, what do you do to help them, or what do you do to eradicate what's going on?
first of all, they need to be get them for whatever they're doing: drunk in public, possessing a firearm, nudity, urination, shitting on the floor, whatever you want to get them for, right?
Yeah.
You get them, and then they're gonna have some type of intake where they say, "Yeah, this motherfucker is crazy. We need to do something."
A mental evaluation.
Yeah,
of
mental
some sort.
evaluation. This
Okay.
motherfucker is crazy. Or this motherfucker's mental state is induced by drug usage or drinking or whatever it is,
Yeah.
right? So you're going to have different types of people, but we need to get them together and start disassociating them. I guarantee you.
What do you mean? What do you mean by disassociating them?
Because,
categorizing them, or what
well,
do you mean?
maybe, yeah, or I'm trying to get them away from what they're doing because in their encampments, it's drugs, man. There's a lot of drug usage going on.
Of course.
So basically, if you just gave these people like a place like Alcatraz to go, and funded them with the drugs that they want to use, right?
Wow.
We could put them all in one place and let them do all their drugs and stuff, and then I think ideally you just give them all a fentanyl shot where they just they all do themselves out,
Damn.
and it's cheap. And I'm
Dude.
cleaning up California, dude.
But some people call that what do you call it, where you wipe out a whole series of people? Because
Genocide?
That's kind of genocide.
Well,
Look.
I think of it as a libertarian utopia because
Oh,
we're
no.
giving them everything they wanted.
Yeah. What was that on? What was that? It was like that overdose is Tecate's dream, right? A fucking pure shot of heroin.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck
Yeah,
that
dude,
shit.
because, my dad, Donnie, was a hobo, so I kicked it with the hobos for a while. And no shit, man, anytime they heard somebody passed away, oh, really? Well, where'd he get it? Where'd he get that dope from?
Wow.
Because they think, like,
You think it's because?
they think it's a really good shit, right? And they're
Oh.
like, he just couldn't handle it. But if I get it, I could fucking do it. I can handle it.
They're looking for that ultimate high, huh?
Yeah, dude, and they're just chasing their thrill. They're chasing the very first time you get laid, right? You can't remake that.
Right. I get it. I see what
That
you're saying,
feeling,
like,
it's chasing the dragon. Like, you're never going to get as high as you did the first time. I had that conversation with Cliff, too. Like, yeah, when you were smoking weed and you were 22 years old, compared to being 72 years old,
Yeah.
you're not going to be able to recreate that.
Yeah. So in your mind, none of these people are savable.
No, there is, but I would say it's a low percentage.
Oh, it's a real. I agree with you there, but
I see other forms of people that are homeless, right?
And they choose-
right out here by Electra.
you mean they choose to be that way, or what do you?
I haven't talked to them, but I seen these people living out of their car out here by
I know where
Electra.
Electra.
Yeah. They're clean. They don't fucking tear shit up.
Yeah, they don't bring.
They
a
make
bunch
a
of-
mess. They fucking put it in garbage bags and they throw it away. These people have been living out there since I've been up here, bro. This is
Okay.
over a year. They've been out there, and
Yeah.
I see them all the time. But they're doing it the right way. They're not becoming a fucking
A nuisance.
to anyone else.
Yeah.
And
No, I agree with you there. I see, people that have mental problems about collecting and hoarding and shit
Yeah.
like that. A lot of meth users do
Yeah.
that, dude. Methamphetamine users.
Dude, I've seen it in my family. Had family members go to their house, and it looks like they got 2 acres, but it looks like a 2-acre fucking junkyard, dude.
Yeah. Oh, one day I'm gonna do something with this. Oh, this has value. No, you can't throw that away.
I said, you have 15 weed eaters over there. Right? I'm serious.
Yeah. Like, do any of them start?
I was like, what's wrong? Well, they all have the same problem. I'm like, well, okay. So now you have 15 of them with the same problem. So how's one going to fix the other if they have the... I mean...
Yeah, there's a mental problem there. Yeah.
I don't know, man. I kind of got some of it, because you see I collect Star Wars and shit like that. I have a hoarding aspect to myself, too.
But that shit's not laying on your floor throughout your house and you can't walk through it. And your cat feces and shit is buried under there with it. And that's a problem,
Because the first one I got, I picked it up and it was like $30, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then when birthday next year, I started looking at shit again. I'm saying, oh fuck, this one I bought for $30 is worth $90 now.
Oh, right.
So that kind of got me hooked. Like, I'm making money by spending money, but
you're validating the value.
Yeah,
there's no value in a fucking shopping cart.
I mean, I think probably
there is, but not.
Probably when I get really old, I'm gonna sit down in the living room, fucking open all these up and play with them one day.
No, don't do that.
That's when you're gonna know.
Dude, that's when you lost it. That's when you did your last.
I'm gonna have a fucking battle.
Fucking battle. You're crazy, dude.
I don't know. What are we rolling on, man?
You want to talk about? I know we were just fucking.
I know where we at.
Where you at?
40 minutes. We're good.
So you want to do California versus Florida?
Oh, okay.
And that'll spin off into a bunch of stuff, right?
Well, yeah, man, because just for one, right, we got the votes to recall Newsom now.
Mm-hmm.
I think they got 300,000 more than they needed.
They needed 1.5, and they said they're almost at 2 million.
Yeah, so last time I checked, it was 300,000 over. But now they're saying they need to verify the signatures.
Yeah, what a hypocrisy, right? What a hypocrisy.
Well, come on, man. I mean, you knew it was going to go there.
Yeah. Because it's against them now.
But what's good for the goose isn't good for the gander. You know what I'm saying? So I hope they check the signatures. I hope somebody calls me. Yeah, did you? Yeah, I did. Okay.
Yeah, I sent mine in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it'd be very easy to do that.
It's super easy, right? So, anyway, like Florida has been open, talking COVID, right?
Yep.
For a long ass time, right?
I think 9 months.
Yeah, and look at their kids are in school, everything like that, and look at their numbers.
Yeah.
Their numbers are down below some of these lockdown states like ours, like this.
They're below a lot. They're in the lower part of 10. The top 10. They're in the good part of the top 10,
right.
Where California's in the bad part of the top 10.
Right.
Same with New York.
So here's another comparison, right? Just last week, the company I work for, their cost for fuel, because they do fuel delivery, right? Any petroleum products, they do propane, fucking all kinds of oil, fucking fuel, diesel, ag, dyed diesel, fucking shit like that. Their cost was when I started there 6 weeks ago, their cost was $260, something like that, right?
Yeah.
In California.
Yeah.
$260 their cost, and they're only making pennies on the gallon.
Yeah.
They were telling me that the other day, and I was like, damn. So anyway, now it's $3.30.
Yeah.
Just in a few weeks.
Fuck yeah.
Now it's $3.30. So I was just looking. The average cost of gas in Florida right now is $2.60.
$2.60.
The average cost in California now, $3.69.
Yeah, man. And I seen I posted on Facebook, and Wendy Jakes Robinson or Wendy, you know who I'm talking about, Wendy. She was giving me shit about it, but because it was on a TikTok, but it shows it's a Chevron station in East Hollywood, which is East LA.
Yeah.
And it's $5.05 a gallon, $5.15, $5.25.
It's already over $5.
Yeah, and you can tell it's right off of the freeway. I mean, where it's at. Yeah. And so she gave me Gas Buddy or Save Gas Guy or whatever. And I said, yeah, anybody can look at the lowest prices there. What I'm looking for is the highest prices.
Yeah.
And the highest it showed was $4.49. It didn't show anything at $5. But that's probably because that gas station isn't in on the fucking Gas Buddy shit.
Oh, I see what you're getting at. Okay,
they'll pull Shell stations, Chevron stations, BP. They'll do that kind of stuff, but you have to be on the app to do it.
Oh, okay.
You know, it's kind of like a Yelp thing, but
Yeah.
people aren't fucking. And they talk shit about TikTok, but to me, it's one of the best forms of news that I can get.
TikTok.
Yeah, because it's people like you and me putting something that they saw out there.
The average person.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not getting it from some
It's
fucking
not
corporational
CNN,
news
yeah,
fucking
it has
site.
no. It has
That's
no
a good
lean.
point. That's a good point.
It has no lean to it, man.
Yeah.
And I mean, yeah, you got to put up with dudes taking their shirts off or chicks dancing around in bikinis and all that kind of stuff. But there is some good shit on there, man. Like I was telling you, the food TikTok, like for the foodie shit. Man,
Yeah.
Oh,
Recipes and
I
stuff.
love that shit, man.
Right.
Or like woodworking and shit like that. I mean,
Right.
there's all kinds of good shit on there, man. But the guy that was talking to, he was a senator talking to Maxine Waters about it. He said, I can see what you guys want to do. You want to get us over $5-6 a gallon, you know, and then when you come to save us, it's going to be down to $5 a gallon, and we're going to feel like we got a really good deal because we're only paying $5 a gallon.
Oh, they brought it down.
Yeah.
Oh, it came down.
Yeah, it did come down.
Fuck.
But, you know, California is going to break before other states, man, because the exodus, the people living here, people are tired of the fucking bullshit that's going on, man.
Yeah.
And once we get to look at something or compare like you are with California, Florida, right? Florida's about the same size as California, man. You got your big hubs in Florida like Jacksonville, Miami,
yeah.
Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
You got big hubs of people and shit, just like California does. We got LA, we got San
Yeah, you're
Francisco.
talking about like your major metropolitan
Yeah.
cities or whatever. Yeah.
Destination areas, you know,
Right,
people
right.
go to and stuff. But to compare the two, just with gas alone right there, your gas price, dude.
Yeah.
Are we living that much better in California?
No.
Paying that much more, dude?
No.
We're not, man.
No, we're not. No, it's like if I if I had my income and lived there, I would be living 3 times as easy, dude. 3 times as easy living there, you know. But it's like my kids are already established here. My friends are here. Everybody's here. That's the only thing that keeps me here.
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that keeps me here. Is especially my kids are in high school. Nobody wants to be uprooted and relocated in high school, dude. You know, I've seen what that does to kids.
All the bad movies start that way, where the kid's got to move from his high school to a new high. Yeah.
He's got to leave and say bye to all his friends and shit, right? Yeah. So another thing is, just barely this week, you know, my daughter's going to be able to go to softball practice. That's been going on in Florida for their sports have been going on for.
Yep, and you know the ones it's really there's a transition with kids in sports where it goes from being fun to being competitive. And at that age of 13, 14, maybe 15 years old, where it stops being fun and it becomes more competitive.
Yeah.
And that's where you get the real ballers. The real ballers are playing now. It's not Johnny playing because his dad wants him to.
Yeah.
You know, that kind of shit. But those kids here in California are ass out because they're a year behind developing these other kids. They've been seeing live pitching. They've been playing in live games.
Yes.
They've been seeing full court press defenses, all that kind of.
Yeah, they're developed more. Yeah, they're exposed to it more. Yeah.
And that's what's curious to me this year with the NBA draft, the NFL draft, Major League Baseball, all that shit, right?
Yeah.
It's gonna be a real funky year, man. I don't know if you're gonna know what you're really drafting or what you're getting.
They're gonna go off a lot of junior season tape, right?
Yeah.
You know, junior. What they do as a junior. Stuff like that.
They're fucking all kinds of shit up, man. And now I think everybody's starting to see it. It's not just a conspiracy, people.
No. These lockdowns were not supposed. They shouldn't have been. You know, what someone put the other day. Hey, let's celebrate the 1 year anniversary of the 2 week flatten the curve. Remember that shit, dude? The 1 year anniversary of the 2 week flatten the curve fucking lockdown, dude. What a fucking joke. And therein is an example of, hey, let's just do this little bit.
Yeah.
And it turned into
a year.
Okay, hey, let's just take away AR-15s.
Yeah.
Just AR-15s. We'll do the. You know, it's not going to stop there.
No.
Don't give a fucking inch, dude.
The
government takes a mile.
You read the Second Amendment, and it has nothing to do with assault rifles. It has nothing to do with magazines. It has nothing to do with any of these fucking laws they're throwing out there, man.
Nope.
The Second Amendment should not be breached or hurt or rewritten, infringed on. Yeah, none of that. It is what it is, and it's there for a reason.
You can't tell me it's not relevant. I've heard people say, "Oh, that was back when they had muskets and blah." Because guess what? That's what the government had.
Yeah.
That's what the government had. The whole thing is so that you will not be easily overran. You have a way to defend yourself against a tyrannical government. Well, guess what we have right now?
Yeah, tyrannical government.
We
man.
have a government that's trying to limit our liberties. Life, liberty, pursuit of happiness.
Dude, and you know,
We have that right now.
they really do want socialism, man. They would be so happy with paying you a monthly income and you not working.
Isn't that nuts? Yeah, what do they call that? Basic. What do they call that? A basic income, like a.
Yeah.
I forget what the phrase is for it.
Yeah, basic life income or some shit like that.
Some shit like that. Yeah.
But let
Fuck
me tell
that.
you this, man. Like, I like Cottonelle. I like Angel Soft toilet paper, right?
Right.
How come I don't see it anymore?
People hoarded it.
No, I mean every store I go to, bro, they have like the off-brand toilet paper. Like it's been a year since that toilet paper shit shortage
fucking-
shit, right?
right.
So why isn't the Cottonelle on the sheets? Why isn't the Angel Soft on the fucking shelves anymore?
I don't know. My wife gets good stuff.
But check it.
I don't know. She
Check
does,
it, man.
She does the shopping, bro. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean you can feel the difference.
Oh no, there's a huge difference. Yeah.
And now you got these other corporations that are sticking their fucking foots in their mouth like Coca-Cola, right?
Oh God. Can I tell you about that meme?
Yeah.
There's a meme, right? So the meme is set up like me and you are the interviewers for a guy that's getting, and you can just see the back of his head, right? And he's in there interviewing for Coca-Cola to have a new job, and they're like, okay, sir, so what's your name? And he said, my name, like Lester, my name's Les White. I'm like, oh, you're hired.
Yeah.
You're Les White? You're fucking hired. I fucking laughed. So, and a simple little meme, dude, that shit made me laugh my ass off, dude.
It's funny to me, man, because it's the type of genocide. You have these white people putting these things on other white people, man. It's white on white crime right there.
Here's they're trying to divide us by race. You know who was crazy? I thought it was crazy coming from him was oh my gosh, why his name is he talks real deep.
Morgan Freeman.
Morgan Freeman.
Yeah.
Said, you know how you get rid of fucking racism?
Quit talking about
Quit
it.
fucking talking about it.
Yeah.
Your narrative is keeping it in everybody's fucking minds.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I'll be honest with you. I grew up as a half breed, right?
Yeah.
Half Harrison Carr, half Garcia, right? So the Mexican guys always look at me like this fucking white motherfucker.
Yeah.
And then a lot of the white people were less judgmental, but they were like, dude, you're fucking Mexican. I'm like, what does it fucking matter, bitch?
I'm American.
What does it fucking matter which I am? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Yeah. Am I a dick to you? Okay, then you can judge me like, fuck, this guy's a dick.
Yeah.
Or hey, man, this dude had my back, and blah, doesn't matter what fucking race I am.
No, they divide any means possible. Divide you by religion. Divide you by race, color, sex. Now, sex is a big thing, man. Like, you seen the two?
You mean like how you identify?
Yeah, like that
how-
transgender senator. She went and put the transgender flag out in the hall.
I heard
And then
about that.
Marjorie Taylor went and put a sign out there like
There's 2 chromosomes.
there's male and female.
chromosomes.
Trust the science.
Yes. Yeah. I was like, there's 2 sides to everything.
Trust the science, dude. That's what they're saying about this shot and everything, right? Trust the science. Well,
Yeah.
trust the science on gender, man.
Yeah.
You know what? If you want to dress up like a girl or whatever, that's fine, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't bother me at all. I have no issues with that stuff at all, right?
Right.
When people start wanting more rights, when they want, because then it's not equal anymore.
right.
They want more than what somebody else has. That's when I start having a problem.
Well, yeah. Like you think you should be favored more because of this or that?
Yeah.
No. Guess what? We're all in this together. We're all in this together. Sounds cheesy as fuck, but guess what? We are. And as if you want to climb those flight of stairs and get higher, fucking do it.
Yeah.
If you choose to stay down here, don't grab my belt fucking loop and have me pull you up there.
Yep.
Fuck off.
Like my kids are older. My granddaughter's coming into it now, so I'm gonna be faced with that. But I don't want her going into a bathroom where there's a woman standing next to her, standing up, taking a piss.
Right. I know. Yeah.
That's not right, man.
Yeah.
Like and this is what really pisses me off. You can check the voting records on it too, because Democrats didn't want women to vote, right? Check how it was passed. Republicans passed it. Same thing with blacks.
Yeah.
Blacks had like 2/3 or 3/5 of a vote was a black vote. 3/5 of a vote. They had 3/5 of a vote.
Oh, you mean their vote
They
didn't count for
it
one
didn't
vote?
count as a whole vote. It counted as 3/5 of a vote.
What the fuck?
And again, Republicans passed that shit, man. Right? So you have one party that's there fighting for equal rights to make everybody the same. And then you have a party that's also like, no, we don't need that.
Yeah.
We need this separation between us.
Yeah.
And they claim that they're doing it on your behalf, but they're not, man.
No, they're not. I think I think this two-party system is fucked.
It's done, man. It's done.
No, no, it should be done.
Oh, it's done, man.
It's a bunch of bullshit.
Republicans aren't going to recover from what they had happen.
Hey,
right?
Republicans are, and I hate stereotyping all of them because they're not all, but they're fucking pussies, dude.
Yeah.
They're fucking pussies, dude.
It's like playing a pickup basketball game, right? And you have a kid that's played on the streets his whole life.
Yeah.
So he plays a street game.
Yeah.
Then you have another kid that's brought up in Park and Rec. He's brought up in AAU. He's brought up in the high school and that.
Yeah.
So he's got a different way of playing his game.
Right.
And that's the Republicans. They're playing by the laws of the land or whatever.
Yeah.
But the street fighters, that's the Democrats. The street ballers, they're going between the legs. They're coming around the back, taking 2.5 steps.
I see the analogy you're using, yeah.
Yeah, and you can't play a street game without using the street rules.
Right.
And that's what Republicans are doing. They've been playing by the fucking house rules. Where
Right.
Democrats have a different set of rules, man.
Oh, fuck. That's an understatement of the world.
Man, I'll tell you, it's been a month, man. We're not any safer than we were before.
No. This motherfucker tried to say there was no vaccine when he took office.
I heard that, dude.
Fucking idiot, dude. Fucking dumbass.
But the funniest ones, though, is like there was only 400,000 people that have died under Trump's administration because of COVID. But in the first month, Biden, they almost have 200,000 deaths.
Yeah.
Like, they're going to use the same memes and the same numbers against them that they've been using against Trump for 4 years.
Yeah, dude. And it's funny because he had this big plan. If I'm in charge, this is going to be so different.
Yeah.
And, blah, blah. And then as soon as he took office, backpedal. Well, there's really no perfect way to do this. We still got to get ways to get it out. And blah. That's what the states are supposed to be doing.
Dude, and I think people are waking up, man, because they can see like what's happening in Florida and the other states. The lady last night was in South Dakota.
Did you hear what the Georgia Senate just passed?
What's that?
Voter ID for absentee ballots. You must have voter ID for which will include mail-ins.
Yeah.
Shit like that. They must be accompanied by ID.
Good. That's the way
And
it
that's
should
in
be,
Georgia.
man.
It's gonna start taking hold. This fucking loophole these fucking Democrats used.
Well, so here's the main thing I've heard about the voting and all that kind of stuff is that the evidence hasn't been shown. It's never got to court where they're going to see evidence. That has never happened. It's always been killed before then.
Yeah.
But what happened was Dominion just opened up a case against Mike Lindell, the My Pillow guy.
Uh-huh.
So now they're going to go to court. And now evidence is going to be able to be seen.
It's gonna have to be seen.
It's going to be seen, dude. So Dominion shot themselves in the fucking head by pulling this lawsuit against Lindell, man. I don't know how their lawyers aren't that smart enough to know, like,
we don't want this out. Yeah.
Dude, because this shit's going to come out, man. It needs to, too, man, because...
Well, they already proved it's hackable.
Yeah, there's too many... it doesn't pass the eye test with me. I've seen too much stuff that shows me. And like Weller says, cheating's always happened and stuff. But not on this volume.
Yeah, I think this is a different level.
Biden said it himself. He says they've assembled the biggest voter fraud group ever. Have you seen him say that one?
Yeah.
I mean, and he claims it was bigger than the 2016 because in 2016 they did the same shit.
They claimed there was fraud and it was looked into.
Yep, but what they didn't take into consideration how many people were for Trump.
Right.
They didn't anticipate that.
No.
And again, I think that's what happened this year, and that's why they shut down the voting machines.
Yeah.
Fucking, it's all going to come to light, man. And you know what? It may take 5 or 6 years before it comes out.
It may take. That's what sucks because a lot of shit has come out a lot later. That even myself, I was like, what? There's no way they did that.
Well, Big ones for me is that Kennedy assassination shit, right?
Uh-huh.
Do you remember the Kevin Costner movie where he played the guy that he was a lawyer for JFK? That was
the JFK movie.
Yeah. Well, just going through that, man, and then they show the magical bullet.
Yeah. What it would have had to do to.
Yeah, and then there's a new clip. It just came out like last year where it shows the driver. The driver, you can see the gun comes out of the driver's fucking, and he shoots right there, and that's when Kennedy's head fucking goes back. It's because he got shot from the front.
Forward and back.
Yeah.
They go through that whole thing.
Yeah, and then you see Jacqueline. She turns away because she's seen where the fucking shot came from, and she tries to get out of the car.
Yeah, she starts crawling over the back of the convertible, right? In the back end of it.
Am I getting shot next?
Yeah.
But I'm like, how was that overlooked for 30 some odd years that this guy driving has a fucking gun?
It was perfect. I don't know. I heard about that too, and it's like, what? Because there's one angle you see it from, and you can't tell, and then there's another angle where you see.
Well, we've been shooting, man, and the farthest we were shooting was maybe the propane tanks on the other side of the hill. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, you're talking about over here?
Yeah.
In the Hogan? Yeah.
So, we've sat there and tried to shoot at that fucking thing.
To get it to gong or whatever.
We're fucking lined up. We're all no moving target, nothing like that.
Yeah, we're not with a bolt action, open sight, fucking.
Yeah, and I still can't hit that fucking propane tank, dude. You know what I'm saying, man?
Yeah.
And we'll say, oh, it's the wind or whatever, but just that alone, because we're about I shot with it. We're level, even though it goes down. We're about level.
And it's not moving.
Not moving.
Yeah.
So for this guy to be in a fucking 11-story window shooting down.
Yeah, at a moving target.
At a moving target, dude.
Yeah.
And to get 3 shots off in 3 seconds.
No, it was more than that. It was more than 3 seconds, wasn't it?
Maybe.
But anyway, it was a quick for a bolt action. Yeah, it was.
Boom,
it was like
boom. I mean,
he got two hits. They claim he got 2 hits. Yeah, he was trained by the Marines, motherfucker.
Dude, that shit might have passed back then, but you have way too many fucking open-eyed people now.
Yeah.
And I think when I start falling in line and I start agreeing with what I'm watching on TV, that's when I know I'm fucked.
Right,
that's when I know something's fucking up in my head because I'm believing what the TV's telling me.
Well, all you're doing now is believing what your phone's telling you.
Well, it's just a different source, man. But the thing I like about it is that it's coming from people like us. Like I said, they're real reporters.
Yes, you made a good point with that. Yeah.
These are real reporters, live time real reporters, and that's the thing that they're not accounting for is everybody having proof.
Yeah.
I really can't wait till a UFO does go down in a large city,
that'd be nuts.
Or even someplace like Lodi, where you got 50,000 people or something.
Yeah.
It's gonna happen, man. And when it does, there's gonna be fucking videos all over the fucking place.
Yep.
Man, there was a good UFO landing case. It happened in Africa, where the UFO came down at a schoolyard. This is in the 90s, and it talked. What do you call it? Telepathy.
Telepathically.
Yeah, to like 300 students. The little aliens came out and talked to them and stuff.
They interviewed those kids later, and they all still had the same story.
Still same shit, man. Fucking, I'm gonna watch that today, as a matter of fact, to rehash it. But
I heard about that one. Yeah.
They're saying, well, why wasn't there any pictures? How come nobody did it? Well, for one, you're in Africa. They didn't have fucking flip phones even then. Back then, dude.
Let me ask you this: I don't know how often you've encountered this, but over my life, I've encountered this a lot. Where I'm talking to someone who's not from California. Right? And hey, where are you from? I always say Northern California.
Yeah.
Because I believe this state is two different states.
Oh, yeah.
When you go from Southern California to Northern California.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Up here you got all your country, your ag people, great people like that, old-fashioned conservative type people that believe in how America was founded and believe that that's how it should keep moving forward. Yeah, some things need to be, bettered, of course. And that comes with technology that's used the right way and shit like that. But anytime someone asks me where I'm at, I always say Northern California. I never say, I'm from California, because right away they think you fucking surf a surfboard and fucking,
I'll just say Red California. I'm from Red California.
You're from Red California.
Yeah,
we got two-party system, dude.
Yeah, but we don't wear masks up here. We don't do none of that shit, dude. No, these people got their eyes open, man, up here. It's a different way of living.
It is, dude.
And I see it, man, from when I just travel here and I go down to Lodi.
Yep.
You know, Lodi's a completely different beast of itself because it's liberal.
Yeah.
I mean, Lodi's liberal, man, and there's a bunch of good hardcore working people around there and stuff too, man, but they get fucking... I'm telling you, that loudest percentage is only 10%.
Right.
90% of the people don't agree with what this 10% is saying, but this 10% gets put on the news all the time.
Yeah, that's the narrative that gets shown, and because it's the most extreme, it's crazy, right?
Dude, we crashed another one out, man.
All right, man.
Let me just get us a song to roll out to. That was the country boy Aaron Lewis.
Aaron Lewis is fucking legit, bro.
And you know what, man? We didn't fucking we didn't pay for the rights to the song or any of that kind of stuff, but I'm getting all the credit right now.
All rights to Aaron Lewis. That's fucking legit. Check him out, man. He's got good. I like his stuff.
Yeah, hit like, subscribe, tell a friend. Get our swag coming soon.
Just two guys talking shit, man.
Grandfather was a drinker back in the day.